on earth.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion, and I'm entitled to disagree, which I do in this particular instance, totally. I don't think he proved a damn thing along those lines. He proved that he's a great player, which is something we all knew. There's nothing to question about that. He's one of the elite players in the game. There's no question. I don't think he proved he's better than Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is injured and can't play. When Kevin Durant was averaging 39 over the last few games before he went down and leading all scorers in the postseason, averaging 34 points per game, I don't think he's proven that he's better than LeBron James because LeBron James was injured and obviously missed 17 straight games and didn't make the playoffs. So suddenly, because LeBron James is not playing and he's playing, that makes LeBron James not the best player in the world. I don't think he's proven he's better than Steph Curry in these playoffs over the last 5 or 6 games. Kevin Durant goes down. Steph Curry seals the deal in Game 5 in Golden State. Game 6, he drops 33 in the second half of a closeout Game 6 against the Houston Rockets. And then in the conference finals against the Portland Trail Blazers, he didn't score less than 30. He scored 36 or 37 in every single game, all 4 games that he played. And oh, by the way, with Kawhi Leonard and his 88% free throw shooting, what was Steph Curry? 93.5%, 30 or 32 free throws. Oh, this is without Kevin Durant, okay? So when I look at the best player in the world, defense does have something to do with that, and Giannis defending the Greek Freak obviously bodes well for him. But what we're sitting here talking about today as well is we're talking about adjustments that weren't made. We're looking at Mike Budenholzer and some of the things he could have done differently. We're looking at the inability of perimeter players on the Milwaukee Bucks to make shots, either Silver or Mirotic or to a lesser degree Lopez. Don't get me started with Eric Bledsoe and how they were daring him to shoot perimeter shots because they knew that he didn't have any confidence to do it. Let's also point out the tremendous assist that Kawhi Leonard received from a guy like Fred VanVleet coming off the bench. I know Kyle Lowry had a pretty damn good series. But when you look at Fred VanVleet, since his kid was born, over the last 3 games of this series, okay, because they won 4 straight, since Game 3, Fred VanVleet has come off the bench and has hit 82% of his threes, 14 of 17 off the bench, 57% shooting from three-point range along those ways. So I'm looking at the level of assistance. I'm looking at the assist that Milwaukee provided in terms of what they didn't do. And then I'm looking at other great players that have been performing as well. We just talking about the playoffs here, and I'm certainly not trying to imply that Steph Curry is a better all-around player than Kawhi Leonard. I'm simply making the argument that Kawhi Leonard's performance in this postseason doesn't validate him as the best in the world.
Don't do that to Steph. You're going to have a lot of people's feelings going to get hurt. Don't compare Steph to Kawhi. That's not right for Steph.
I just finished saying no.
If you want to compare KD to Kawhi, what's hilarious to me is you talk about Kawhi has help and you bring up Van Vliet finally coming alive. Great for Van Vliet. You know why KD
I don't think they would have won the series if it wasn't for him, Max. That's the only reason I said that.
Do you know why KD cannot prove that he's as good as Kawhi under the present circumstances? First of all, when he got hurt, at that moment, KD got hurt, Kawhi had better numbers. Like, KD scored a few more points a game, and the advanced numbers, the PER, the shooting percentages,